epic championship match. Darren, can you help me out? Nadal is serving here. First set is where we're picking it up, and it's at 3-all.
Yeah, early first 4 or 5 games, I thought Nadal was playing the slightly better tennis, and Federer came out. And the one tactic that he used early that surprised us all was he wasn't coming over his backhand at all. No topspin. He was hitting it flat and hard, and he got the first break, and he won that first set.
And then early in the second set, a quick break for Rafa. That was the tone of the first 4 sets. Somebody gets an early break, and all of a sudden he started to misfire a little bit, and Rafa finally found his game.
But then we got to the third set, and it was Fed that jumped out to the quick break.
Yeah, he found his forehand again, his movement. He started to really jump on this inside-out forehand and attack the Nadal forehand. And once he got that early break, he relaxed, and he ran through the third set pretty comfortable.
Those 3 aces on the 3 break points to start that third set I thought were huge.
Trouble here in the fourth, though, because Nadal was the one that came out of the blocks, and you could tell that his footwork was a little bit sharper. He started to control that baseline, and he was doing a lot of damage with his forehand to Federer's forehand. And it looked like Roger's movement started to slow down. He wasn't getting up on his serve.
Yeah, he started to labor, and you kind of had the feeling like, okay, I can stretch my game out. Oh, look at that little...
That's one of the best shots I've ever seen.
Yeah, the squash fear hand winner. And early in the 5th set, you really felt like Rafa was starting to stamp his approval on this match. Look at that curler, 7-10, split up the line.
And we also saw the trainer timeout, the injury timeout from Federer going into the 5th.
Second consecutive match at the start of the 5th set. Left the court.
Actually, at about 3-2 in the 5th set, the trainer came out one more time and he shook him off. He said he doesn't need it. He's starting to feel better. And you could see that Federer, it was like he closed his eyes and put himself into autopilot. And the last 5 games just came to him so naturally. He found his serve, he found that backhand again, and he did what Federer does. He started floating around the baseline, and he made things look easy. A challenge on match point. This was destiny.
Yeah, this was like cruel, you know, in or out. But having to save the break points at 15-40, I thought his first serve, when he was making it, was large and in charge. But he played his style of being aggressive and staying out of long points.
I know he's won 18 major single titles before, but I think when he's a little bit older and he's sitting down, he goes back and watches some of the tapes, this may be his most satisfying.
No, I will say unequivocally, this is his sweetest win, because it came from being so unpredictable from 6 months off and beating his greatest rival on a huge stage.
And it had been so long since he won his last by his standards. 2012 Wimbledon was his last Grand Slam, and he had gotten to the latter stages. He just couldn't close out the title.
Yeah, he did this by attacking also Nadal's forehand early in the match, and that's what really opened up a little bit of court for him. He did it by taking a lot of spin off the forehand and more so off the backhand as well. Once his legs went a little bit, he couldn't transition to the net like he was the first couple of sets, but he won a lot of points going hard and fast to the Nadal forehand, and he played beautifully from the back of the court. And actually, he didn't come in all that much, but when he did come to the net, he picked his mark.
I actually thought that when maybe he was a little bit, you know, fatigued and the leg was bothering in the 5th, I think it made it clearer mind for his strategy, what he needed to do in that 5th set.
What a great moment. That's Roger with his wife Mirka. He talks about his team, and she is the heart and soul of the team.
I'm sure both of them have sat around, and maybe it was unspoken between them both, but I'm sure they didn't know whether or not this was going to happen again. And as Brett and I said, this may be the most satisfying Grand Slam win he's ever had. His whole team here greeting him, and what a moment for him, because this, I know Roger has to go out there, he has to do all the hard work, but this is a big team effort for everybody that's related to him and his team, from the family to the coaching staff to the fitness trainer.
Give that, you know,
everybody, Lubachicins and
the trainer guy,
Severin Luthi,
puts him back in shape. The fact that he could play 3-5 setters. I don't remember the last guy to win a major that won 3-5 setters. Remarkable fitness effort, you know, that he could withstand that.
Well, let's remind everybody, he had the knee injury, tweaked it again at Wimbledon, and then went to the doctor. The doctor said, look at that. That's from New Year's Eve. Catch you later, 16. See you soon, 17. Going for 18. Very cheeky.